Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you my reproductive health story and how the steps that I took to get pregnant, which wasn't just one thing, it was many different things that I think I did. And so I just hope that this story brings some hope and inspiration to anyone that's in a similar health journey as I've been through, because it can be very frustrating. So I really hope to just be an encouragement to you. So to start things off, in 2019, well, this was before COVID, I had gotten pregnant, and then around like 11, 12 weeks, something just didn't feel right. And it ended up that I started spotting and then bleeding and then had a miscarriage. That whole episode really threw my body off. I was also under a lot of physical and emotional stress just with being an entrepreneur, running my own massage business. And I really didn't allow myself to take time to heal and rest. I just kept pushing through it. It was just a really trying time. And then going right into COVID, that just was not fun. In the meantime, we ended up taking a cross-country move. And I had been... I had gone to, I should say, a fertility doctor, and they found that one of my ovaries, or one of my fallopian tubes was blocked. So then I started taking this stuff called Fallopio, just to like clean out my fallopian tubes naturally. He wanted to do surgery, remove it. I'm very like holistic and crunchy, so that's not an option for me. Doing in vitro is also not an option for me. So it was a lot of like just emotional things to work through. Another thing that I also did to help over time was to do the yoni steam, where you put the herbs in and you steam a few days after your period ends. And I think that really helped a lot as well. So in 2021, after we had moved, I ended up having a laparoscopy surgery, which was a really difficult choice for me. I had been going to get acupuncture treatments and just trying to heal my body naturally. And I had an endometrioma on one of my ovaries, and they said the only way that I would be able to basically take care of it was through surgery. So reluctantly, I did go through the surgery with that, just to remove some scar tissue. They did say that when they went in, my ovaries were attached to, like, stuck to my uterus. So not very comfortable. There was one episode shortly after we moved where I was in excruciating mid-cycle pain. And so that's what kind of led me to that journey of like finding healing. I wanted to do it more naturally. And so surgery to me is not natural. And so I really struggled through that and trying to find a good surgeon and doctor. After that surgery, the gynecologist was basically very dismissive and saying, oh, we should get pregnant, no problem. And just not very good bedside manner in general. And just still struggled with really feeling my best, and also frustrated with the fact that we still couldn't get pregnant. I tried the Mira fertility monitor where you pee on that thing, and just to see, yes, I am ovulating, my cycle is healthy, everything is going really well with my cycle. I am ovulating, that's the biggest thing, and still just not getting pregnant. And so at that point, it was really about me coming to terms with the fact that, you know, I might not be able to have kids. And so in a last ditch effort, so this would be almost a year ago in February, I went to another gynecologist, and they did an ultrasound on me, and basically found that I had a bunch of cysts on my other ovary. So this is like, what, a year and a half after my laparoscopy. And I'm just frustrated at this point because I had just had surgery, and she, you know, was really concerned and wanted to refer me on to an oncologist because she thought I might have cancer. And at this point, I'm like, okay, like thinking all the worst, watching the TikToks on like the symptoms of, you know, ovarian cancer and thinking the worst. And then also her telling me, you know, the only way I would be able to get pregnant is through in vitro. That's not something a woman really wants to hear. That just takes the wind out of your sails. And so I left just feeling really low at that point. And just had to work through a lot of my emotions, a lot of chats with God, and, you know, just bearing my heart to him, and just coming to a place where I was like, you know, I have one, you know, beautiful daughter, who I'm very thankful for. And I was at peace with it at that point. You know, if God didn't want us to have more children, what can you do but, you know, surrender to God's will? So it became more of like a focus of what's my next step in life and how can I heal my body naturally. You know, I had people that really were concerned and wanted me to go follow up with the oncologist, but in my gut, I was just not feeling it. That wasn't going to bring any sort of true healing. And I didn't feel like my health was in my own hands. There was no real answers. And then, you know, her suggestion was just more surgery. Well, surgery is not the answer, especially when it comes to, you know, cutting your body open and exposing yourself to bacteria and scar tissue. You know, just being a craniosacral therapist, that's just going to cause more problems down the road. And so at that point, I just wanted to heal my body naturally. And it was around that time I decided to enter school for acupuncture and oriental medicine. So I had a new focus, a kind of a career change, still doing craniosacral therapy and health coaching. But I was excited about that new outlook. And then a few things that I did just to help change my lifestyle. So I want to go over those things. Sorry, this is kind of long-winded, but I want to talk to you about the few things that I did to take my health into my own hands to feel better. So there was a mental component, but there was also a mental, emotional, and then what I did for lifestyle modifications. So the first thing that I did was I changed my diet. I really just felt like doing a cleanse on my body. In the past, I've done, you know, vegan diet, I've been raw vegan, and I've explored all over the place with different diets. But I really truly believe there's different seasons in our life for different types of diets or ways of eating. And so at that point, I started juicing every day, first thing in the morning. And I would follow more of a raw fruit and vegetable diet. I won't say that I didn't eat meat, but I severely cut back on the amount of meat that I ate or flesh, and really focused on eating more cleansing foods. And then at that time, I started looking into endometriosis and healing it naturally. And I found that there is also a strong connection between gut health which I've known for a very long time. That's a whole nother story. I'm so passionate, I guess, about gut health because it's been a challenge for me over the years, and I finally come to a better place with my digestive system. So I've already done the digestive system work, and this time I decided to go a little deeper and do a parasite cleanse because I was reading that parasites can actually basically move uterine tissue outside and onto your fallopian tubes and attach themselves to different places. And I'd never done a parasite cleanse, so I decided, what the heck, what can this hurt? It's only going to help me. So I did a 15-day parasite cleanse while I was juicing and eating very healthy, because that is a time when your body's working very hard to heal itself and repair, and you want to eat things that are easy to digest. So things like sugar, meat, and bread are not things that are easy for your body to digest and break down. So I was eating more fresh, healthy meals as well as the juicing. I also found this other recipe that women swear helped shrink their cysts. So I started taking a little shot glass. It was basically like the Jewish grape juice that's fermented. It's an alcoholic beverage. I mixed that with molasses, beet juice, and this annatto powder, which you can find is a spice I found on Amazon. I would blend that all up together in a big bottle. I would shake it up, and then I would drink 1 shot per day. And then some women had joked that this is supposed to make you super fertile, and I was like, whatever. Okay, I just want to heal myself at this point and have normal periods. So I will say, doing the parasite cleanse, that wasn't just a physical cleansing for my body, it was also very emotional for me. I went through several different emotions during that time, and I believe I went through a healing crisis. Old emotions and patterns and things came back, and it was a very it was a trying time, but I think it was the healing that I needed to move past different, not just physical barriers, but emotional and mental barriers in my life. And there was a lot of physical cleansing and emotional cleansing and just crying at sometimes, which I know can be very healing. So after I did the cleanse, I did that in March, and then my next cycle in April was painless, and it was very healthy, which is not the normal for me. And so I was really excited that I was on this new journey of healing myself and having a better cycle. And so it was the next month where my acupuncture school was starting, and I was also taking continuing ed with craniosacral. So there's a lot going on that month, and that was actually the month that I got pregnant. So it was just 2 months after making all of these huge changes mentally and emotionally in my life, and it was a complete shock because we were so busy, we were not focused on baby making. I don't know how it happened, but it did. And so that was a miracle from God, and we're very, very thankful. So it's kind of ironic that almost a year after, baby will be due in February, and in February I went to that doctor's appointment, and she told me I wouldn't be able to get pregnant. And I know there's lots of women out there that have the same story, so don't lose hope. You can definitely heal your own body. Our bodies want to heal themselves, and it's completely possible. So that's kind of my story in a nutshell. Sorry, my dog's going crazy over here with her toy. But anyway, I hope that brings help and healing, and also hope to anyone that may have been going through or is going through the same situation as me. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to help you in any way that I can. So thanks so much for tuning in today, and I will see you guys next time.